has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation. The ship is currently holding position approximately 300 meters above the other end of this plateau.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes' neural implants.
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour!
Stick to the higher ground to the right. We should be able to recon the Covenant position without being spotted. I've detected Covenant stationary guns in the next pass. I recommend using your sniper rifle to take out the gunners while I call for Marine support.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element of surprise.
What's going on, guys? This is the start of the Truth and Reconciliation. As you can tell, not going very well. One of the most annoying things that I found about this game is that you can shoot, even if you're aiming above the ground, when you shoot, you could still hit the ground. There is the second and third time that happened. So, welcome to the greatest Halo episode ever here. Clearly a pro I am with the sniper. But if you are watching, hopefully you've watched my first and second videos. I have a whopping 7 views from my first video and 4 from my second one. So out there, I think I have 4 loyal viewers. Clearly I'm not aiming to get a ton of viewers. Really, this is, again, just a fun little goal that I had after watching a couple of online ones. Legendary guides. Hey, come on. I think that second grenade was short. But right now, I like to get rid of all the elites and jackals before I actually move down there. The Marines will eventually follow. This obviously isn't going crazy well. Eventually I do drop down. Yep, there we go. But you gotta be careful about a couple things. So first things first, get a plasma pistol. Get rid of as much as you can. Just because you drop down doesn't mean that the enemies where I'm looking now will spawn. There will be an elite coming as well as several grunts. Hang back and make sure that you kill everything. Now I've heard the elite and looking to connect, but I'm obviously not the best sniper. One thing that I'll commonly do is if there's an elite hiding for cover, throw a grenade, get him out of cover, then he's usually a little bit more vulnerable. Usually if they are hiding, you could really also just run up to them. Elites are usually just kind of sitting and waiting. They won't they won't camp like you would shotgun camp. You can check out my radar. There's 2 dots. I don't know if you saw it, but there were 2 grunts that jumped off the side, just trying to avoid that grenade. So that was kind of a funny moment. This is obviously not the smoothest I could possibly do this first section, but I have full health, and I'm pretty sure I have full Marines, so that's ultimately what matters. Although the Marines in general are pretty useless in this game, especially on Legendary, there are times where they do have some value. Drawing enemy fire, like I said before, they are pretty useful around this area, especially just as distractors. Plus, yeah, there we go. Plus, they do also draw some helpful fire. So there are actually 2 elites that appear. There's one. Got the second shot with a headshot. I was thinking there was only one when I played this, but no, there are 2. quickly switching over to the old school graphics. I do like the detail of the new graphics, and one of the biggest differences, and especially in a level like Truth and Reconciliation, is in the old school graphics, everything is so dark. It's just so hard to see. That becomes much more apparent in later missions like Keys, the library especially. Truth and Reconciliation is another one that gets pretty dark. So like I said, there's supposed to be 2 elites here, and oh, hello. There's that second one. Nice friendly fire. Oh! I thought at that point I was stuck, and there was a grenade with 3 Marines right around it. I thought for sure all 3 Marines were going to be dead. But I know there are several grunts, and of course that elite, so I'm trying to be a little cautious. Marine just threw a grenade, so that's that. Yeah, still trying to just wait for that elite. There we go. Pop out. Come on. And here's an instance where I'm pretty aggressive, especially one-on-one with elites. Typically, you can punch them and stun them. So throughout a lot of my missions, I do play pretty conservatively, pretty laid back. I might eventually do like a Halo run where I'm much more aggressive. But in this one especially, I'm pretty conservative in how I play. As you can tell, this is kind of a waste of time. I mean, I could be much more aggressive, just round the corner and take them out. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, but I do like to try to take out at least a couple enemies before I jump out in front of, like, who knows, 6 grunts and an elite or whatever's here. And you're dead. I just heard a Marine die though, so try to keep them alive. That's another reason why I try to take out more enemies early, before I would round a corner. That Marine could have survived had I taken out, I don't know, maybe a grunt or 2. And in the Truth and Reconciliation, a lot of these grunts are pretty grenade happy. So once you get inside, I do feel like they don't throw as many grenades, but definitely on this outside area. They throw a lot of grenades. So obviously, this isn't a no deaths walkthrough. So you just saw, I had to reset here. This part I didn't actually die in, but you don't get a checkpoint after killing all the enemies in this area. It's the beginning of the next area. So again, I play pretty conservatively. Here, usually when you snipe that elite, a grunt will hear it and... Yeah, there we go. A grunt will hear it and jump into that turret, but for whatever reason, he's not. So, yep, let's figure out what's going on here. You can easily hop onto the ledge from here. Again, I'm trying to take out some enemies. I damaged that jackal and just missed a headshot. As frustrating as that might be sometimes. Turns out those 2 jackals are probably either the most annoying or maybe top 3 most annoying pairs in this level. They can hit you pretty accurately from far away, and you can't get to them. There we go, took him out. They can't. You can't get to them very easily. Using the weapons you have. I mean, unless you're really good with the sniper. Honestly, it's probably not that hard. Just two shots, one to his gun or foot, and the other to his body, or if you can get a headshot pretty easily. So I really recommend actually moving up the middle yourself rather than going on the left side here like I did. Every other time that I've done this, I've gone up the middle, making Cortana That's kind of a lucky headshot at the end there. Making Cortana tell them to go on the left. If they go up the middle like they are here, they are absolutely going to get owned. They'll have enemies shooting from their right, from straight on. They'll have enemies shooting from their left. It's just not a good recipe for them. And again, they're not the most useful Marines in the world, but... Oh, almost hit him in the head. They're not the most useful Marines in the world, but at this point I'd rather have them help out with the enemy, help kill Covenant, and draw some fire away. Now that plasma pistol hit must have hit the tree. Yeah, so these turrets are basically just owning my Marines. Oof, and that's a little embarrassing. All my Marines died, so Cortana's bringing in some extras. But I am a guy that tends to... Again, I'm not the greatest Halo player out there at all by any stretch of the imagination. But what I lack for skill, I try to make up for in efficiency. So I hate sniping the grunts and turrets, just because it's an automatic 2 shots for a single grunt. And one of those turrets that I just took out took, as you saw, 3 sniper rifle shots. It's not very efficient. So unfortunately the Marines are following me here. Obviously they're kind of programmed to. The elite's always on this side. You can try to stick them. I suck at it. I'm pretty sure one of our Marines just got completely obliterated by a frag grenade and then my plasma grenade, but mop these guys up. As long as you can take out the elite, hopefully you don't have too much trouble. At this point, I'm not actually worried a lot about my health, so I was pretty aggressive with that Jackal, not caring that I could lose a couple of bars of health, which is completely fine, because there's a health pack back from the old area that I'll probably eventually get before I move on to the next. So wait for my shields to recharge. Nobody there. I know there's that yellow Jackal somewhere. Can I see him? Oh, there he is. I do, by the way, I guess I lied when I said I didn't die in this area. I do have 1 death from these enemies, and it's pretty hilarious. It's my first death of this level, so it's the very first one in the bloopers. Play of the year from my part. Please check it out. Alright, so that was just me going back and getting that health back. Again, not anything that you really need to see. After everything's dead, come over here, take that invisibility. The goal with the invisibility is to take out the 3 elites in the next area, which I will, in this clip, fail at pretty miserably. That elite touches me, so he alerts everybody that I'm here. Now I gotta take everything out the hard way. The good thing is I'm still invisible, so they can't see me that easily. And then he's yelling, so I know he's gonna charge. Okay. So after Cortana talked there, so as I don't know if you just noticed that, but that blue elite that was up on that ledge right over there, actually took 3 body shots to kill. Most of the time, you should be able to kill a blue elite with 2 body shots. And it's not like I was hitting him in like the foot or the leg. I don't know how that works. I know the blue elites you can kill with 1 headshot and should be 2 body shots, because you can get the 2 red elites with 2 body shots, but That's not the first time in this video. I think there's at least one other time where either a blue or a red elite take 3 sniper shots. Actually, no, there was a red elite at the beginning. I think the very first elite that I took out took 3 shots. So whatever. I assumed it was going to die after the second shot, which is why I had reloaded. You just got to be careful of that. So in this section, again, I play pretty conservatively, so feel free to give me a criticism for it. This is I basically play chicken this whole time, so I'm not majorly aggressive. Maybe I'll do a Halo run where I'm super aggressive. It'd be pretty cool. I had mentioned in one of the other videos doing a montage of some of these kills. It'd probably be more fun. Oh, and my grenade failed, but my Marines did at least a little bit more. Took out that grunt, but it'd be pretty cool to do a montage of my deaths. So I do get some pretty funny ones. But again, I don't quite remember where the trigger is for this area for the enemies to start either dropping. There's 8 total waves that drop down plus a dropship, but I don't quite remember where it is, so I'm basically really not wanting to be caught out like in the open or too close. So I'm kind of laying back here and then walking backward. Plus I got at least that one Marine. I think I have a second Marine somewhere, but I got at least the one. There we go. So I should have had my sniper rifle out. Only goal really right now is to kill the elite. Hey, look, a little friendly fire there, so that's helpful for me. And again, at this point I'm playing very conservatively, so this is a safe spot for you. The enemies don't go too far past where I'm standing right now, so you can't just hide behind the big rock that's behind me. You got to go a little further back if you want to be completely safe. But it's definitely a safer spot than anywhere else out front here. So this Covenant dropship, I'm actually looking for an elite. I don't think there is an elite, but I'm just kind of looking. It turns out there's not an elite, but I'm looking for one. Wasted 2 sniper bullets and almost took out my Marine. So, like I said, I'm a man of efficiency. Plays like that are pretty frustrating on my end.
Who's with me? I found him.
This shouldn't have been that hard. I make it a little harder, I guess, than it needs to be. All the enemies lined up right there except for that one jackal, so that's pretty nice. Running low on battery though. Ugh. And I did not even see, I think I saw that jackal was too close, so decided to use my last few bullets, knowing this is kind of a safe area. But there was a plasma pistol, I don't know if you saw that I could have picked up. So there's an elite out now already, which means that the next wave is down. Not a huge deal because, again, none of the enemies really go past about where I was aiming there. And that is one of my favorite things about elites in this game. Whenever they're about dead, they'll start basically screaming at you. So then you can just kill them. And that's true of all the elites. Blue elites, red elites, yellow elites. All of them. So mop up the elite, and then get the rest of the crew there, but make sure you don't get EMP'd like I did. Again, I play pretty conservatively, so I'm pretty much always using plasma pistol. I saw the elite come down here. I actually thought I shot a jackal, but yeah, it turns out that was that elite. But I pretty much always use plasma pistol ammo. Ooh, there are 2 jackals here. One that was right around cover, so that is not a winning battle for me. Well, no, honestly, I could take out 2 jackals with a plasma pistol pretty easily, but that is a slow reaction by me. Not great sniping, like I said. Get the heck out of there. But I'd mop up 2 jackals pretty easily. But it's not a winning situation for me in that I would probably lose at least 1 bar of health. And I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely hate losing like a bar or 2 of health at one time. Like basically go big or go home. So if I go through a section, and I'm not talented enough to be able to do that crazy well, but you know, you go through a section and you lose 1 or 2 bars of health, you go through the next, 1 or 2 bars of health, it kind of adds up. That could be a common theme that happens to me on Legendary. But the worst thing is getting like a health pack, not wanting to get a health pack when you've only got like 1 or 2 bars gone. So I was not able to eliminate those enemies quickly enough to catch the next elite as he was falling down. So I gotta kind of take him out the hard way. Did not kill him, but I'm rushing. He's rushing me, so that's another either really a good thing or a bad thing about elites in this game. When they charge you, it can work out really well, because then they usually charge you when they have no shields, and it's usually an easy kill. But if you also have no shields, it can be problematic. So I'm not wanting to be blown up by a bunch of needles, so stay back for a little bit. Try to take out at least 1 enemy if I can. There we go. Stuck the jackal. Sounds like I got a grunt as well. Elites are way too smart. So I got at least a grunt and that elite with those 2 shots. Time to just mop up the rest. So I'm running low on sniper ammo. I just got a checkpoint though. When I was playing in game, I don't think I saw that checkpoint, so I'm not sure if any more enemies were coming while I was playing. But I heard the music. So there are hunters. My only goal right now is to just get that health. If a hunter were to melee me right now, it usually damages your shields unless they get a good hit on you. Then you could lose. Then I'd be dead if they hit me like square. I am not great at sniping hunters. It is a little bit more of a challenge, I feel like, to do like an assault rifle, or I had a plasma pistol. Plasma rifles work really well, actually. So this is one thing that I know a lot of other commentators hate hunters on Legendary. They're just so easy, which I don't disagree with. My kind of biggest thing is I do feel like, you know, their melee, their whole melee situation on Legendary is fine. It's not hard to dodge, but I don't need it to be like the most impossible thing to dodge.
Cortana to Echo 419. We've reached the gravity lift and are ready for reinforcements. Copy that, Cortana. Hold tight, gentlemen. Bowhammer out.
Once we're inside the ship, I can home in on the captain's command neural interface. They'll probably be in or near the ship's brig, which should narrow our search.
Echo 419 inbound. Clear the drop zone.
Sorry about that. I hate talking over Cortana or Foehammer. But as I was saying, my biggest thing with hunters on legendary, on any difficulty, as you could see, that second hunter was firing like 20 feet behind me. Probably not a realistic thing. I mean, they got better aim than that. At least they should.
We're in. I've got a good lock on the captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
There's no Covenant here. Think maybe nobody's home.
You think nobody's home. You spoke too soon. So congratulations. You've made it through the first part of Truth and Reconciliation. This is one of the harder fights. I do die several times throughout the Truth and Reconciliation, but this is actually not one of them. I actually did this one all in one go, surprisingly. 100% you need to make sure you stay ahead of the Covenant. Otherwise you get too many of those sorted elites. Woo! So you could not imagine how much adrenaline was flowing through me after that. Failed to punch a sorted elite. Point blank range. But yeah, you definitely need to stay on top of every single wave that comes out. Be at the door if you can. It's not like a sorted elite automatically appears every time that you don't look at the door, but as you could tell, that was a dumb move by that elite, so I just hit him. Shield down, took 3 or 4 plasma pistol shots, he's dead. So now every time that I'm missing it, like missing a door, oh there's a useless grenade. Not every time that I miss looking at the door does an elite appear. But you just got to be ready, have your plasma pistol out, take out their shields. Oh for 3 on punches there, but take the shields out and you shouldn't have too much problem. So I did a good job of staying on top of everything this round. What I did there is I actually absorbed a little bit more damage to make sure the jackals didn't move. That's what you sometimes got to do to make sure they get grenaded. Because they will not dodge grenades if they keep firing at you, if you give them the opportunity to fire at you. So from here on out, I do not think there are any more sorted elites. Oof, that guy got some air. So that is play of the year for whoever threw that grenade, whichever grunt threw that grenade. I think this is pretty much the last grunt, and a Marine took care of him. The music is going, here we go. Grab your sniper rifle or whatever you want, get behind them. They don't care about you. I'm pretty sure I hit orange, and he didn't die. At this point I'm more concerned with trying to save these Marines. Don't really need them, but right now it's just Johnson and me. It'd be nice to have a Marine. And as you can tell, oof, Johnson went flying, but he survived. Pretty sure I hit, I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm pretty sure I hit orange at least twice. That didn't kill those hunters. I don't know, maybe I hit the back of his arm, his elbow or something like that, but I'm pretty sure at least 2 of those shots should have killed him. But at this point I'm just going around getting the best plasma pistol I can, getting as many plasma grenades as I can. Health packs right there. You can return to this area so you don't have to take it right away, but when you're ready, take the invisibility, head this direction. Your goal is to kill 3 elites and 2 jackals. So you can ignore the grunts. They just kind of waste time. Take a left right there. I didn't. I was too worried about this guy and completely forgot about that other elite. Which obviously isn't a good thing.
Wait,
Get him.
that's the locked door down there.
I always go for the elite first, because if I were to suddenly get fired at, I feel like I could take out jackals ahead of an elite pretty easily. So at this point I think I kind of have enough time to actually get that elite, but I'm just kind of not knowing what I'm doing. Oh, there you could see I do die several times. You could see that was a reverted checkpoint. So I still have that elite alive, and I could have got him anyway had I turned around this corner. But nonetheless, it's a blue elite, one-on-one. I got a plasma pistol. He should be dead. 1 for 3 on punches there, so yeah. Again, I'm not claiming to be a professional. But one thing, so I do already kind of suck at sniping, as you could tell. I'm not the greatest sniper. That's probably my weakest skill in this game, just sniping. But I am also playing on Xbox 360. So yes, it's 2023, and I am playing Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary on Xbox 360. So as you can imagine, the joystick that I'm using is a little bit older. I just took out the wrong jackal. Oh well. But it's a little bit older, or a couple decades older, so that definitely affects both sniping and like long range pistol use. It's hard to get it to where I want to go exactly. So I actually snipe. He's a smart jackal right there. I actually try to snipe sometimes moving rather than like moving my aimer. So I'll actually move my feet and try to aim that way. Sometimes it works out well, sometimes it doesn't. Another smart jackal. But I'm just going to take out this jackal up top here and then mop up everything down below. Single jackal, not a problem at all. Don't have the greatest weapons to take out a bunch of grunts right here, because I don't really want to use sniper bullets. Because we only have 24 plus 4 in the chamber, rather than 60 like you start out with, and the plasma pistol is not great long range. But, slow and methodical. We'll get it done. Then there should be 2 jackals and an elite down below. This is the best angle to get them. So there's that first jackal. I think I was not ready for him to be dead. Taking out that jackal would be more beneficial. And then get the elite. Not gonna lie. Lucky! So I'm a little hyped right now because I just got a lucky snipe. And oh, a little too hyped. Came in a little too aggressive. Lost a health bar. That's another thing with Legendary. That little bit extra adrenaline that you get for kind of a lucky, kind of a sweet snipe. So I'm pretty sure I hit him in the head on that kind of just quick movement that I had of my scope. But obviously that led to me being too aggressive. So I wasn't quite 100% sure. I know there's invisible elites. I wasn't 100% sure where they were. After seeing that elite, I was like, oh well, not an elite down here. Or not an invisible elite down there. So that's a common noob move. I punched and threw a grenade at the same time, rather than just choosing one. In my freak out, I do both of them. So that's what I'm talking about before. I hate it when I had 1 bar health down and I accidentally picked up that health bar. You could have actually seen it in my screen, but I wasn't paying attention. And I knew there was a health pack in the room, just didn't realize it was right there. So Johnson's about to die, because I, again, play pretty conservatively. I play a little bit like a chicken. That elite just survived 2 sniper shots to, like, the chest, plus some bullets from Johnson, and he still survives. So even blue elites on Legendary can survive quite a bit. So at this point, yeah, I know I'm about to get, charged. A bunch of jackals and a bunch of grunts. So just hang back. You're completely safe in this area. Enemies do not enter into this gated area. And at this point, it is completely a game of, pop out, kill 1 enemy, pop back in until you're good to take them on 2-on-1 or 1-on-1. But I'm going to try to kill the enemy with the best that had the best angle at killing. There we go. So I'm pretty sure I was about to move out. Lost another health bar. I was about to move out, but that elite was there. I know there's ammo back there, but I'm gonna decide to kill 1 more guy. Oh, yeah, just my luck. That plasma pistol rounded that corner pretty nicely and then got to me. But man, it's also the frustrating part of playing chicken. Alright, a couple grunts down. Just 1 by 1, they'll eventually all fall. That'll help out. I think I got at least 2 grunts from that nade. I know that elite's somewhere there. There we go. Once again, yep, you can tell I'm frustrated. So many EMPs. And I can't aim. Like I said, even the slightest movement has a big effect, from long distances. As you can tell, like, I barely tapped the joystick, but, there's a big difference in the height of it. So I'm moving up. There's still plenty of enemies, and it's still kind of a dangerous situation, but I feel pretty confident that I can take them out. Obviously not by punching. Sniping's a really bad skill of mine, but apparently in this level, so is punching. A lot of grunts and that jackal all kind of lined up, so try to take them out. Oof, lost another bar of health. But I got to checkpoint at least. And so, yep. Would have been nice to grab the health pack now. But I accidentally picked it up before, forgetting that it was in that specific corner. So now it becomes a little bit more difficult. Because if I run into a sticky situation, I have less chance of survival. And coming up, there's a lot of tough situations. Oh, he survived that. Lost his shield, but survived that. So I know a single jackal is not the only thing down here, so I'm kind of wondering what else is. There's that other jackal. Jackals tend to come in pairs. I can't really think of very many moments where any of them are where there's just like a single jackal hanging out. Hot, hot, hot. Apparently he's got a plasma burn. Wait for my shield. Yep, again, especially if you're in close quarters like that, you should be able to take out an elite one-on-one. Just run up to him, make sure you get the plasma burst to hit, and then go from there. So this is another area where I died. I think I died at least twice. This is by far my least favorite part of this level. It's just way too wide open. Half your enemies have, you know, the high ground on you. Looking for, I know there's an elite somewhere up there. There he is. Honestly, that elite should have moved. He like stared me down for a minute. And then, yep, that cover tends to help your enemy pretty well, help the Covenant. But it's pretty useless because your enemy, for you, it's pretty useless because your enemies tend to be firing at you from multiple angles. So I know this is going to be another tedious part that'll hopefully take you a lot less time. But I'm trying to play a little bit extra conservative since I, again, only have half the amount of health that I should have at this point. I don't want to go out because I see that elite in the back there. A couple of fails. But again, take out one enemy, hide, let your shields recover. Long, tedious part. So this level is, if you're pretty skilled at the game, more skilled than I am, this level can probably take you 45 minutes, 50 minutes. It does take me about, I think 65 minutes plus bloopers. The video itself is 73 minutes, but yeah, I saw it hit something. I saw it hit the elite, so I'm just desperate to get this kill. Hard to do. That desperation is haunting me. But this is the clip that I survived, so you know I did well on this one. One of the other things that I'll do is, yeah, take out some of the other fire that you get. So I do tend to like to take out, obviously, your more powerful opponents like elites first. But when you're trying to take them out, I mean, you got people firing at you from all cylinders, so it does sometimes help to take out a jackler and a grunt first. I still have a fair amount of plasma pistol ammo, but I'll probably switch it out. Still got quite a bit of sniper rifle ammo, so actually I'm almost out. I see low battery. This would be a good situation for a plasma rifle. I'm looking for a plasma pistol. There's a dead jackal, no help. Plasma rifle, just take out those grunts. So the other thing that is annoying about this part is they'll flank you at multiple times. There's an aggressive way to counter. I forgot where the trigger line is. Was not realizing it's still further to my right. Eventually I'm like, oh yeah, I think the trigger line is the halfway point. But I'm basically just waiting for the people who flank you to come in. Yeah, I think it's at this point that I realized, oh yeah, the trigger's halfway. I'm a little radar happy though. So at this point I'm like, what is going on? So I know there we go. I did die again, as you can kind of tell. Grunts can be kind of hilarious in this game, especially on Legendary. Why me? So I'm a little confused at this point. There we go. There's an elite. Because I know an elite spawns, but I couldn't ever see anywhere he went. And he's basically stuck, so I'm like, I'm going to take advantage of this. But I unstuck him. There we go. Mop up the rest of them. Look for a fresh plasma pistol. And eventually, about right where I'm facing, except a little bit to the right, yeah, that is a safe spot that is very nice to utilize. You just want to make sure you're not in that spot when anything comes out. Like there's hunters that'll come out eventually. Or, I think they get triggered, or they'll come out when the music changes. Yeah, elite coming out though, so I'm gonna go to the safe spot. Yeah. There we go. Fresh plasma pistol. I know there's some things coming. I do know they come in kind of a big wave, so I am being much more cautious. I don't want to be caught off guards by, you know, whatever, 3 grunts and should be another jackal somewhere. Again, it's 3 grunts and a jackal. That shouldn't be too hard, but it's legendary, and I'm at half health, so... Again, grunts can be so funny. He yells, "There you are!" He already knew where I was. I was firing at him, and he was firing at me. And he just scatters. So I'm just double checking that everything is dead. There is still something up above. And I don't quite remember what the trigger is for the hunters. Going past halfway. Do I need to kill absolutely everything? Here we go. At this point I'm like, oh crap. How on earth do I survive this? Yep, so barely survived that one. That one probably should have been a death, but I'm at full health now. 2 hunters, hopefully not the toughest things to mop up. I was actually gonna, that was kind of lucky. Could I go 2 for 2? And look at that. Oh, that one I just plain missed. I feel like I would have hit orange had I not hit the wall. But I feel like that first shot should have killed him. Yeah, plasma rifle will do the trick pretty well. Just because you can spray it a little better, but not my best.
The door is open. Everyone should move through now. I can't guarantee that it won't lock again when it closes.
Not my best hunter encounter. I also don't have a ton of good ones. Yep, there we go. Make sure I got 4 plasma grenades, so I should be good to go. Make sure you grab the overshield before you leave. And then head on to the next section. So again, I'm going pretty slow, so it's been about 50 minutes, so you know, if you got some decent skill at it, a little bit more skill than me, you should probably be done by now. Pretty sure there's an elite around here. I don't know why the elite stuck him in the face. I don't know why the elite, usually he pops down that hallway right away. Got the elite. I'm trying to do some extra dodging just to save my overshield as best as I can. There we are. Unfortunately, I got nothing. I got one randomly though. Plasma rifle would be plasma rifle and the assault rifle are definitely the two guns to have when you are facing invisible elites. I just lost all my overshield. And yep, I'm gonna switch to the plasma rifle. Aim at his foot. I must have got him with that grenade. I didn't hear the elite die. But he's dead. He will sometimes run out to the... Actually, I don't think I did. I don't think I got him. Yeah, oh, there he is. One thing that I do... Oh, unlucky. I walked into that one. I walked into it. But one thing that I will do, it helps especially in future levels. Oh, they got me again. Helps in future levels is if you grab as many plasma pistols as you can, or just as many weapons as you can in general. Then when you get to a loading section, those weapons don't disappear. Whereas, you know, if you keep moving on and leave all the plasma pistols, needlers, whatever, on the ground and don't touch them, they eventually disappear when you get to a loading section. So that's one thing to always keep in mind. Again, it's more helpful on like keys, especially when you need to save a lot of weapons. Ammo gets scarce on that level quite a bit. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm screwed at this point. That jackal. There we go. The good thing, I would have been completely screwed, but the good thing is that elite actually charged me, so that worked in my favor. I just missed the initial punch. Had I not missed the initial punch, I probably wouldn't have lost any health there. But it is what it is. I lost some health. I'm at half health. Not happy about it, but honestly, I was expecting to revert to checkpoint or something at that point. So there's a group that come out. I usually first try to throw... Wow, that was a massive fail. But yeah, just overwhelm them. Oof. Yeah, just overwhelm the elite and you'll be able to take them out. But that was unfortunate. That single needle shot turned me red. And there is not a health pack for quite some time. You got to get to the... you got to go through a tough wave, but eventually I'll get a health pack in like the cells. Honestly, that was kind of a lucky stick. Otherwise, I probably would have had to repeat this part. So I don't think I would have been able to take out an elite, a couple of jackals, and several grunts had I not stuck that elite. But I do have to play super conservative now. I'm at 2 bars. That was another unfortunate one. That first sniper shot, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I'm pretty sure I should have hit that jackal, but it hit the wall. It was like hitting the ground, like I told you earlier at the very beginning of the mission. It's like you see the wall, and there's an invisible extra wall like 6 inches past it. Went for gold there. I don't think I stuck him. It looked like I kind of stuck him, but at this point I'm assuming I didn't stick him, especially because I didn't hear him. Lucky there. But, whew. adrenaline rushing again. So I die several times at this part. Yep, you can kind of tell. I think I died 4 or 5 times here, and it's not like this part is super hard, but I have 2 bars of health, and that was my main issue. So you just got to take out these guys, and it's not even, they flank you, and so I'm kind of waiting to go past the trigger. Yep, there we go. And it's not even that is the reason that's hard. I don't think I died a single time from either the enemies that flank you or this group that's coming up. I mean, against a bunch of jackals and grunts. Easy to mop up even with almost no health. I'll show you what the problem is, or tell you what the problem is in a minute here. I just gotta play a little bit safe. Get through these guys. Watch out for secondary explosions. One-on-one with a jackal. Not too hard at all. There we go. So again, I didn't die. Again, I died 4 or 5 times around this part, but not from any of those. It's this group that is a little bit tougher because it starts out with 2 jackals and then an elite. And I would much rather take out the elite first and then get the jackals. But this is also kind of a big battle. Got 1 bar. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm also surprised that I didn't die from him after him dying with his finger on the trigger. So this is another problem as well. Wow, has this kid ever played Halo before? Sorry about that, just sped up. You didn't want to see me go get a bunch of plasma pistols and ammo and stuff like that. Skip that for commentary. So I'm coming up finally to the area where I'm going to get health pack. I'm just playing it extra cautious, as you can tell. Got to get through this part. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. Forgot about this. Health pack right there. But this part, not super tough, but very annoying. I get a big yeah, just bad case of luck right there. My plasma pistol alerted everybody, which I've seen other players play online shoot a plasma pistol shot and nobody wakes up, and I'm just like, how does that happen? And then there you go, there's needles. I mean, they're a mile away around like a corner and they still track you down. I wish the needler was half that good when you use it, but it's not. So I'm going to try to flank them all. I was supposed to shoot. I was a little too quick with that. So that's a fail. Let's try again. There we go again. Kind of the biggest goal is to just take out at least one enemy when you pop your head out. And you get that much closer. Here is what I want. You do have to be careful, of course. You don't want to be taken off guard, and I mean, he will track you down. But that's kind of what I wanted. A one-on-one with a sworded elite when I have a plasma pistol. That should be my victory 99 times out of 100. Again, I'm not great at the game, but you got a plasma pistol. As long as you hit that first initial shot, it stuns him. You should be able to mop him up, because they're not even that strong once their shield is down from the plasma pistol. Supposedly, plasma really takes out shields, and human weapons really takes out health, but Honestly, plasma takes out shield and health pretty quick, I feel like. Especially because you can spam plasma. So I get the gut feeling that there's still an enemy somewhere, which I was right on. And not a big deal, just a small little grunt. But that kind of diverted me far enough away where I almost missed this group coming in. Again, be careful with secondary explosions. Didn't have any there.
This looks like the ship's command center. Captain's transponder signal is strong. We must be close.
Now will be the first time you come into the bridge or to the cells. So there's another health pack in there if you need it. Utilize it, of course. Even regardless of how much health you have, because you're not going to have. Again, jackals. I was kind of lucky that those two other grenades didn't explode. But again, jackals travel in pairs, so I only saw one jackal, but I knew there was another one around the corner. Again, two jackals. Yes, that is exactly what I would do too. If I saw a grenade bounce at my foot, I would just stare at it. Turn and stare. A lot of long, winding halls in this in this level, so it makes it a little more annoying, but that's totally fine. So here's the cells.
In the brig. These look like holding cells. There are probably multiple detention stations. The captain must be in one of them. We need to keep looking for him.
That Marine had nothing. There's only one Marine that has anything, and that's right here. Pick up some frag grenades if you need them. Health pack. Some ammo. And there is, do not forget about this, there is invisibility, which I would strongly recommend using. And do exactly this. Hokey Bird, there's a link to his video in the description. This is the exact path Hokey Bird uses, so take advantage. Don't end up being terrible and missing your first punch like I do. But you have plenty of time. I actually take out the Sorted Elite first. You can kind of choose. You should still have plenty of time. But then everybody is facing the same way now. Which is just why I go for the other one first. I actually barely made it there. Oop, a little early. I was really hoping that he was going to kill himself with that needle. So here is the final stretch.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Yes, sir.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I have intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move!
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Chief, you have the point.
We should head back to the shuttle bay and call.
As you can tell, I had to restart this. Make sure you get a grenade very quick. I didn't actually die from this part, but I ended up losing, I think, every Marine but Keys from those. Actually, it wasn't this from those invisible elites. It was from this next big set of elites, or big set of enemies. You really got to be careful. So I just, at this point, just chuck grenades. At least one, maybe two would have helped. But do whatever you can. You don't really need to worry about saving ammo. You don't even need a ton of... Now that was fun to watch. Again, like I said, I sometimes try to snipe with my feet, like moving my feet. And that was a complete fail because I was moving into the wall. But I moved back a little bit to get my Marines back. Just because, again, there's a fail. Fail number 2. There you go, good job. Keys, what are you doing? Yeah, man. What do you mean, yeah, man? Keys just fired 2 needles at the back of your head. Nice nade. Hopefully take out at least 1, if not 2 of them. They didn't get a single jackal. That plasma pistol didn't help out either. So I sometimes will pop out. I don't do it much in these clips, but I sometimes will pop out and absorb more damage just so my Marines and Keys can survive. Again, you don't really have to be conservative on ammo. There's not a whole lot of enemies, but every enemy is a huge threat. Keys is dead. You have to restart. There are 3 invisible elites, all easier to see on the old school graphics. Again, don't really need to be conservative on ammo. So I'd use up a full clip if I need to.
Cortana to Echo 419. We have the captain and need extraction on the double.
Negative, Cortana. I've been engaged by Covenant air patrols, and I'm having a tough time shaking them. You'll be better off finding your own ride. Sorry.
Acknowledged, Foehammer. Cortana out.
Air support is cut off, Captain. We need to hold here until she can move in.
Oh, man, we're trapped in here. We're screwed. We're screwed, man.
Stow the belly aching, soldier. Remember, you're a leatherneck. Cortana, if you and the Chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Yes, Captain. There's a Covenant dropship still docked.
So make sure you bring your Marines back to this area, just so all these grunts don't end up killing them. These grunts also are pretty grenade heavy. If they see, you, Keys, and a bunch of Marines, they're gonna throw a grenade just like you would if there was a bunch of grunts. So, but this is really the home stretch. If you've made it this far, you should not have much of a problem with anything else. So there are not much enemies, but again, you can never be too careful. The only people are, just take out this elite, and you should be golden. And that elite's not even paying attention. The rest is just a bunch of grunts. kill these guys. And then go back, press the button. Ooh, he fell. So feel free to give Keys a little present. I do here. Oh! Killed him.
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's controls.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Captain, hunters!
Hang on.
Nice one, sir.
Time for a little payback.
Alright, again, thank you for watching. This is always the best part, the bloopers. I have several deaths and several kind of funny plays. Look at that, professional snipe. I'm on top of the world. Top of the world, and now I'm not. So here's my first run through of this part. Did this pretty good. Killed all these guys, okay. Again, the goal of this part is to really just kill the three elites. Got 2 of them. Everything else shouldn't be a problem. This third elite, though, I really should have ignored all the grunts. This third elite gives me the problem now. I should have backsmacked him, but I didn't. And now I am screwed. I do survive this, but I'm just like, I'm not playing with 1 health. Oof, got a little too greedy. Jackal took me down. Well, 0 for 1. And at that point I was just like, I need some shelter, safety. Yeah, this part got me some trouble. Oh, had I not hit the wall, I probably hit the wall, what, 5-6 times in this level. Pretty nice no-scope. Got 1 health though. Can he make it? Not too greedy. Oh, I didn't think I was too greedy, and he got me right as I felt like that plasma rifle curved. Oh. Oh, I did die once from these enemies. Well, thank you all for watching. Join me next time for the Silent Cartographer.